Hi, it's Orit Krug, and today we are talking about how trauma is stored in your body and why talk therapy usually doesn't work. So, our trauma is stored in multiple parts of our brain, and our memories of our trauma are very complex and has many, many layers. So, the first thing to know is that our prefrontal cortex actually goes offline when we experience traumatic events or high stress, meaning that the part of our brain that's rational, that does the high level processing, that most importantly makes meaning of what's going on for us in words does not work when we experience trauma. So when we try to talk about our trauma to heal from it, we're not even accessing most of the memories because our trauma wasn't remembered in words for the most part. The second thing to understand, and that's really important, is that our amygdala is the part of our brain that stores the emotional intensity and memory of our trauma. So it does this by storing the memories in fragments, in sensations, in touch, in smell, in sight, in the way that we feel in our bodies. It's very somatic and sensory. And that is the way that we need to work through our trauma, is through these senses and through our bodies in order to access it and release it. And this is actually why we get triggered so easily when, let's say, we're relaxing on the couch and just trying to watch some Netflix, and our partner's in the kitchen slamming the cabinets, and it's very startling because it's reminding us of another time when there were really loud sounds leading up to our trauma, or an experience of our trauma that feels just as intense as when it happened 15 years ago, because that's how it is stored and brought up each time. The third thing that's important to know is that our hippocampus, when we experience trauma, it's shown that the volume shrinks. And the reason that's really important is because the main function of our hippocampus is to distinguish past from present. And when we have that trigger of a memory, we don't realize that this fight that we're having with our partner right now isn't going to lead to some serious physical or emotional abuse or whatever has happened to you in the past. And there's no rational way to talk ourselves out of that, to tell ourselves that, oh, no, that's not going to happen. This is just a disagreement with my partner. We can't tell ourselves a different story, which is why talk therapy isn't going to work on this for this reason. And so the way that we do need to work through our trauma is through the body, since it is stored in our bodies. So if you're interested in learning more about how you can access and release trauma from your body, and what you need to do to stop sabotaging your relationships and actually feel that love that you totally deserve, then I'd love for you to join my online free training called Wired for Love. And I bet you will learn more than you could ever understand and learn about yourself deeper and quicker than you would in years of talk therapy. So if you are interested in joining, click on the link to the side, above or below, depending on where you're watching, and I'll see you there. Bye.